Okay. All right, so what you're looking at right now is my Sandbox account. This is not a real account. So if some things look kind of weird when I show you pages and that kind of thing, that is why. But what I'm going to show you is the campaign builder. First, when we go into campaigns, so we're in campaigns right now, we're going to go in and create a new campaign. And it's going to ask you if you want to use a template, but honestly, right now there are not a ton of templates available. So what I would do is start from scratch. And I think that's how I would do it anyways, because it's kind of fun to build through it that way. This is going to be my consulting funnel. Okay, so I'll just call it that. And if you're watching this and you have Ontraport or you're thinking about getting Ontraport, if you like this funnel, you can have it. I will give it to you. Just leave in the comments that you want it, and I'll share it over to you. So consultant funnel demo. Okay, so here's how a campaign works. When a client is added to the campaign, or when a new contact is added to the campaign, it's going to ask you what happens next. So this just basically is like, let's pretend that they opt in. So I'm adding a new trigger. A trigger is basically the page where they come in, or the form where they come in when they are added to this map. So let's say that let's have them opt in. So when a form is filled, okay, so when a contact submits a form, it's going to ask you what form. Let me just find one here. Let's say they had a strategy application. Actually, this is not what I want. Let's say opt-in lead magnet. Okay, so they've opted in for your lead magnet here. That is the condition. And I'm just going to click done. That's what's going to, so when they opt in for this lead magnet, it doesn't really matter what page it's on, what form they opt into. They opt in here. Now what happens next? Probably you're going to want to send them an email. That would be the first thing that I would do, or I'd give them a tag. So let's say we want to send them an email, or if you decide that that wasn't the correct order, you wanted to add a tag to that contact, you click the little plus button, and let's say change tags. Okay, so I might want to say that this person is a lead. So in order to do that, I would just click on change tags. And in the settings, you can either add or remove a tag. So we're going to add the tag, and I'm going to just type in lead. I already have it in here. So I'm going to say lead because they just asked for my lead magnet. So I'm going to say done. Okay, so now this person has opted in. We've changed the tag and said they are a lead. Now we're going to send them an email. This would probably be, like, hey, here's that thing that you requested. Download it here. And now because you're a consultant, we might want to ask them to, apply for a strategy session. So if in this email, we're asking them to apply for a strategy session becomes a goal. It's the goal of this campaign to get them to opt in. So I'm going to say what happens next. We're going to ask the system to request a goal. So a goal that we want here, I'm going to say add a goal, is that when, and you can see there are lots of different goals, like they could update a field, that they get tagged, that they get added to a fulfillment list, or today matches the contact's birth date, all those things. But what we want to do is just another form fill. So when they submit a form, and this is going to be strategy session, or strategy application, done. What's going to happen is it's going to move them to here, where we're going to then send them an email that says, thank you for applying for your free strategy session. We're going to review your application, and if you are accepted, then we're going to schedule your free strategy session. And what happens if they do not submit the application form? Well, we don't want to stop there, do we, Dana? No, we want to. We're not going to stop here. We're going to send them another email. So with this wait, I'm going to click on the wait and show you how that works. Anytime you put a goal into a map, it's going to say wait until the goal is reached. But we don't want them to wait here forever. What we want to do is we want to wait until some time passes. Okay, we've got different things that we could do. We could say a specific date if you wanted to do it that way, but to keep it evergreen, we want to say until some time passes. So we're going to wait 1 day. All right, so from the day they opt in, we're going to wait a day, and we could wait 30 minutes, or we could wait then until the time of day is 10 a.m. in their time zone. Right? Because we want to deliver it into their inbox at a time that they're actually going to be checking their email. So I'm going to wait 1 day, and then until the time of day is 10 a.m. in their time zone, and I'm going to say done. Now what that's done is it added this here. Now continue here if the goal is not achieved within the certain time frame. So if tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the contact's time zone, they have not submitted a strategy application, I'm going to send them another email because I want to prompt them again to come and do a strategy application. If they still haven't done that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. And I think this time I'm going to wait maybe 2 days because I don't want to bug people. So I'm going to say until some time passes. And I'm going to say I'm going to wait 2 days. And you could wait 2 days and 30 minutes if you wanted. And then wait until the time of day is, let's try a different time. Let's say 7:30 a.m. in the contact's time zone. You can use your time zone too. This is something like not set in stone. You want to do whatever it is that works for you, or what you think is going to work best for your contacts. So I'm going to click done. So 2 days later, I'm going to send them another email. And then if they haven't applied for a strategy session, then they probably are not going to. That's going to be my assumption. You might want to go a lot longer than that. And what might happen next is that you might add them to another funnel, right? You might add them to another sequence. You might add them to another campaign. You might send them an email. You might send them a postcard if you had that information, their mailing address. You can do a lot of different things. But in this case, I'm just going to end this campaign. So I'm just going to go here and say end. So what happens anywhere along here during this time, if any of these emails that's sent and ask them to apply for a strategy session, if they actually apply for the strategy session, it's going to pull them off of here and it's going to bring them right over to the goal and anything that happens below here. So it's going to, we're going to send an email to that contact that says, congratulations on submitting your strategy application. What we want to do next now is actually let ourselves know that someone has applied, right? Because if we don't tell ourselves that somebody has applied for this strategy session, then how would we know to review it? So what happens next? I'm going to click here. And you can see there's all different kinds of things you can do. But what you want to do in Ontraport is assign yourself a task. And the task is going to be to review the application. So I'm going to click on this, assign a task. And in here, it's going to say assign contact this task. And then you can create a task is kind of a message in Ontraport. So I'd create a new message. And I don't actually think I have to. Let me go back again. So I have task strategy application already created. So I can preview that, and I'm going to do that just so that you guys can see what that actually is. So what happens is I'm going to get an email that is due 1 day after assignment. That means I've got 1 day to review it. It's going to me because I'm the contact owner. It's going to say first name, Dana Malstaff has just applied for a strategy session. Check out their application and decide if they're a good fit. All right. So that it's just
an excellent fit.
Dana's a good fit. I'll take her.
Don't reject me.
So now if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see who's going to get that task notification. I am, as the contact owner, I'm going to get that as an email. And I've got 2 different outcomes on this one. This is getting a little bit, getting a little more specific and crazy here, but I have application denied and application approved. And so you can set up Ontraport to actually, when you deny the application, it will send an email that you've pre-written that says, you know, unfortunately, we don't think it's the right fit, but here's some great resources for you as you continue your journey to better health and wellness, whatever it is that you do. If the application is approved, you can set up Ontraport to go ahead and send them an email that says, congratulations, we've reviewed your application. We think you're an excellent fit, and we would love for you to join us. Here's the link to our Acuity scheduling. I use Acuity. I love Acuity. Here's the link to our scheduling software. Go ahead and book into the next available spot. And so this, in a nutshell, is like a perfect little consulting funnel. If your job is to get people onto the phone, you know, because you're going to close them into some kind of a coaching program or something along those lines, then this is the way that you would do it. Very, very simple. Now, if you wanted to take it one step further, which I think most of the time you would want to, we would look down here where we've said, hey, join us for, you know, submit a strategy application. And we waited and we emailed them and we prompted them and they didn't do it. Then what we would do here, instead of ending the campaign, is we could say, we could add in here, we could give them a tag. And we might say to them, no strategy session. Okay, so we're going to give them a tag, no strategy session requested. So we know they went through this and that they didn't want a strategy session, but that doesn't mean they don't want anything from you. They might want to buy something. You might have a course. So down here, we could say, await. And I'm going to say until some time passes. We're going to wait a day. And then we're going to send them an email that sells something completely different. Okay, so let's pretend that this email is actually now selling a course that you're selling for $27. Well, then what we want to do is make sure that if they buy that course, that becomes a goal. That becomes the second goal of this campaign. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to put a goal. And I'm going to say the goal here is to purchase a product. And the product I want them to purchase is my coaching program. Let's just say that's what I wanted them to buy. So when any contact on this map, so on this whole entire map, purchases the coaching program, it's going to pull them into this location. So I'm going to click done. Now, if they don't purchase it, it's exactly the same way as if they didn't apply for a strategy session. So this wait up here that was added when the product is purchased, I'm going to click on the wait. And I'm going to say wait until some time passes again. I want to show you another one that you could do. You could say until the day of the week is Friday, for example. We could say until the day of the week is Friday in my time zone or in the contact's time zone, and then wait until the time of day is 10 a.m. You could do all that stuff. And now it's added this continue here if the goal is not achieved within the time frame, and we can start asking them again about the coaching program. So this is a really cool way that, for example, you could run a flash sale. You could have 3 emails that are pushing to your coaching program. And this is how you would run an evergreen flash sale. Now, the minute that they actually make the purchase, then they get pulled over here into the coaching program, and you could send an email that says, welcome to the coaching program. Here is all of the contact information. This is your login information. This is how you access the course. This is the dates and times of our calls, all of that good stuff. So this funnel has two. It is doing double duty. So that's what's kind of cool about Ontraport, is that it's not just a kind of a one and done thing. You can put all of your funnels into one where you can see it. And then, yeah, that's good, because you can do more than one thing on one map. So we've got two things here. We've got a strategy application. If they don't go for that, then we're going to sell them into our coaching program. And so that gives you the opportunity to make money by actually selling people into whatever it is you sell with your strategy sessions. And then you're also selling a coaching program on the back end. This could be anything. This could be a course. Now, what is really, really cool about this is the tracking and analytics. So I'm going to save this draft, and I'm going to show you the analytics in just a second, but I want to show you something else about this map. You'll notice that everything that I've added here, just about everything, has a little red dot on it. And the little red dot means that there's something that has to be configured. Like, we haven't said what email to send to a contact. Like, we would need to send them a welcome email here. But until you actually configure that, there's going to be a red dot. So let's just say we want to welcome. Let's see if I have one. We'll just go with this welcome email. So see, the red dot disappeared. And if you were paying really close attention, you'll notice that the number in here dropped. I'm going to do it one more time. So if we go up here and we want to send an email to a contact, you select your email. You can also create a new message right in here. Let's just grab one randomly. Now it's dropped to 4. Now, if I click over here, what this is doing is, this is my checklist. This is all of the things that I need to work on before I can publish this campaign. So before you can publish a campaign, all of the things have to be like what we've done here is we've wireframed it out. And now we have to actually tell it what emails do you want to send. That the only things that were left were emails. Now, the other thing that you might want to put in here is, hey, I need a lead capture page. So I'm going to add that. So I'm going to say, I need to create lead capture page. And then I'm also going to need to create a thank you page. And then I'm going to want to create the strategy session application. No?
No, you're in the zone.
This is why it's so much better for me to teach.
Watching Dawn in the zone is a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Dana. Okay, so we're going to create all of these things, and you cannot publish until you have checked all of the boxes. Okay, so you can see that my completed items are down here. So I need to create a thank you page, create the lead capture page for all of these things. And then I would need to also create a checkout page for coaching. And then you can trash them if you don't need them anymore. but you can move them up and down. So isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
Okay. So I want to fast forward ahead a little bit so that I can show you guys the analytics because this is rad.
Can I say something, by the way?
Of course.
Technically, you could then add check item lists that you assigned people, like put their name on it and be like, so and so make this page.
Yeah, you totally could.
Delegate people.
You could definitely.
Or you just have Dawn build you one of these because that's what I do.
That's generally not happening these days, but that's all good. Okay, so I'm going to save the draft so I can jump into one that's already been published and created. And I'm actually going to check and just make sure we don't have any questions. Yeah. My phone's slow, which shouldn't be happening. It's a brand new iPhone. I came to the dark side last month. Okay, so I'm going to back up out of here. And I'm going to show you one that's already created because this is so neat. Okay, so we've got this live. You can see that it's live. These ones are unpublished. I'm going to click on delivery. So you can see this one now it says live up here because we clicked save and publish. And so what's happening here is that when the landing page is visited, it's going to show who has been here and it's going to show the total visitors. So this is a test account. I haven't put anybody through it, but I wanted to show you how the analytics work. You can actually see how many people have had their tags changed. And if people had been through it, you could click on the number here and it would show you exactly how many people have these tags. It would show you the list and you could actually send those people postcards or text messages or emails, whatever it is that you want to do with those people, you could do that. It'll show you how many people are actually waiting in this spot right here. It'll show you how many people purchased this and what the conversion rate was. Now, something else that you can do is if you change your report, you could go up here and you could say something like goal conversion rate. And now you could click on the goal that you created. So for example, you wanted to see how many people were converting to actually to applying for a strategy session, for example. You could click on the strategy session goal like this, and it would not only show you what the conversion rate was and how many people actually achieved it, but it would also show you exactly which email actually sold them on it. So that you would know exactly when it happened. It would show you, was it the first email that you sent or was it the fourth email that you sent? And then you can look at your copywriting and say, oh, that's my most compelling copy. Like that was my most compelling email. Maybe I should write more like that. It gives you like so much better intel. So much better intel. There is no other system that I know of on the market today that has the power that this does when it comes to analytics. Like it just does not exist. So I would highly recommend that if you don't have Ontraport, if you haven't looked into it and you're already, I would say if you're already spending the money to have something like Active Campaign, certainly if you're on Infusionsoft, I would seriously take a look at this. Just the analytics alone is insane. But if you're already spending, $100 to $150 a month on your marketing tools, this is kind of like all in one. You can get all of your pages, you could get your membership site, all of your email analytics, SMS text messaging, postcard marketing, everything is in here. But I think even just for the campaigns alone, the campaign builder just, when it came out a couple of weeks ago, blew my mind, blew everybody's mind. And I really think it would be cool for you to take a look at it. So I don't have a link off the top of my head to give you guys.
Said it's like split testing for email copy because you can find out which ones work, which is
totally you can. Totally you can. And actually that's something that I didn't show you. I'm going to back it up just because Michelle said that. I'm going to show you in the other campaign. You can do split testing right in your campaigns. It's crazy. So I'm going to go back into our demo and I'm just going to say here, I'm going to click on this little, because you can keep adding elements. I want to show you some of the elements that you can add. So we've got conditions. We could send some segments down a yes or no path based on like, wait, does this person already have, do they already own something? Maybe if they already bought this product, I don't want to send them down this path. I don't want to sell them my coaching program if they already have it. So you could add a condition. Or what you could do here is, let's go to actions. We could remove them from a campaign if we don't want them to be continuing. We could send them an SMS. We could send them to a fulfillment list. And then we've also got filters here. And this is where I was talking about split testing. So we could say split test the campaign paths to see what works best to achieve your specific goals. So if I stick a split test in here, we can say that we want to send 50% of people down one way and 50% of people down the other way. And if you click on it, this is so neat, Dana. When you click on it, you can actually weight it. So if you want to send more people down column A than column B, so if you want to split it 75 to 25, you can do it like that and click done. So now I can send 2 different versions of the email. Let's just drag this email up here. Actually, we can move, drag and drop things just like that. I'm going to say only move this item. And then what I can do is add version B right here of the email. And really, version B doesn't even have to be an email. You could make it so that that email never sends, or that actually becomes an SMS text message. You can do whatever you like. You can do whatever you like. I hope so. Like, I mean, I can't be the only one who's like nerdy and loves this stuff. Can I? Can I be the only one? No. All right, guys. So that kind of wraps up that little tutorial. If you are a consultant and you think that having a funnel like this would be helpful to you, then just put in the comments and tag me in the comments and let me know that it's something that you want. And I can actually share this funnel over to you if you have Ontraport. If you don't have Ontraport and you would like to get a discounted version, also leave that in the comments and I can hook you up.